We discussed that projects are temporary and they create unique product, service, or result. If you look at the exact opposite, then we will be talking about operations management. Now, what is operations management? Operations management is an ongoing execution of activities and processes that produce the same repetitive product, service, or result. So projects are temporary, whereas operations are ongoing. They are continuous. Projects produce unique product, service, or result. Operations produce repetitive product, service, or result. Now, how do projects and operations intersect? Typically, projects and operations have a handoff when the project completes. So I'm doing a project, the project is completed, I will be handing it over to the operations team. Or maybe there is currently a product in the organization wants a new product, then probably the project team will come in, they may be talking to the operations team to take over the new product. Or maybe there is an existing product, you want to upgrade it. You want to develop a particular product, or you want to improve the product, or you want to improve the process. Then also there is an interface between projects and operations. Now, the next important concept we want to talk about is program. A program is nothing but a group of related projects. The important keyword I want you to take note is related projects. Unrelated projects you cannot combine. There is no benefit. Now, why do we combine projects and then manage as a program? Because we can obtain certain benefits and control which we may not get when we manage projects individually. Now, take for example, I was handling a metro rail project. Now, this metro rail project, even though I call it as a project, actually it is a big program because we used to have a lot of projects within that program. We used to have a project that constructs the stations. We used to have a project that constructs the tunnels. We used to have a project that lays the railway tracks. There could be a project for signaling and telecommunications. There could be a project for installing lifts and escalators. There could be a project for supplying power. So there will be lots of projects that are interrelated to each other, and then they all working together to create a bigger product. Now, in that case, it makes a bigger sense to manage all of them under one program. So that's why a program is a group of related projects. We combine them. Why? Because we want to obtain benefits and control that will not be available if each of them are managed separately. Of course, there will be a separate project manager for each of the projects, but for all the projects, there will be a program manager who is coordinating with the different project managers. That is a program. Now, moving on, portfolio. A portfolio is nothing but a collection of programs, projects, and operations. They all combine together and managed as a portfolio to achieve the organization's strategic objective. So there is a strategic objectives in the organization, and because of that, several portfolios are created. Now, say for example, let's take a construction company. A construction company may have a separate portfolio that handles airport projects. They may have a separate portfolio that handles railway projects. There may be a separate portfolio that handles factories. There may be a separate portfolio that handles energy projects. There may be a separate portfolio that handles residential projects. Now, that portfolio will have programs, will have individual projects, and you may also have some operations as part of that portfolio. So if you look at the hierarchy, typically the organization's strategic objectives are at the top. Then that leads to several portfolios. The portfolio may have several programs, and below the programs, we may have several projects. So portfolio, program, and then projects are the smallest unit in an organization.